right. How's it going? Hey, Robert.
What's up? What's up?
I did not, I woke up late and forgot to add in a window, for your camera. So you sadly are a ghost voice this pod, but, next time
I
I'll get your
mean,
camera in there.
it's probably the benefit for everyone watching at home that I'm not on camera.
No, just imagine, like, oh, hi, Marley. Just imagine the sexiest man alive and then replace him with Robert, and that's what his screen looks like.
Exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, man. So we are finally back doing this shit. It basically all podcast and all content had to be put on hold until I fixed my computer situation. We're
Yep,
here. We finally made it. I got a
we have.
webcam. I got a PC that can handle gaming and streaming and everything I need, all podcasting, all that. So finally, back to the promised land of making content. And Sunday morning Garbo is here. It is back.
And it's here to stay. Eventually, we'll get people that like us to come on
And
the show.
eventually we'll like actually do it in the morning. Probably not. 11 a.m.'s in the morning.
It's still the morning.
Technicality, still the morning. The
It's
podcast will
before
probably
noon.
end in the afternoon.
Hey,
But if the majority of it is in the morning, I think we're allowed to keep the name Sunday Morning Garbo.
I mean, just call it brunch Garbo or something like that. I don't
Nah,
know.
dude, that's not as good.
I mean, do we make great things ever?
Although I could go for some brunch. Like I could fuck up some brunch right now.
Dude, I could go get some pancakes at the pancake pantry or whatever it was.
Ooh, dude.
I missed that.
No, okay. So the thing I've probably missed the most through all of like lockdown and stuff being closed or whatever is specifically Grand Slams at a Waffle House.
Oh, jeez.
Dude,
Wait, grandson's at Waffle House?
I'm
Waffle
sorry,
House?
All Star.
Denny.
Grand
Okay.
Slams at
Denny's.
All Star. Not All Star. They're like the same thing.
No, they're not.
It's a lot of food I can put in my hole, you know.
Yeah. No, I'm just
Waffle
sad
House is
the IHOP.
I miss Waffle House.
Yeah, I mean, they're still open for the most
Well,
part.
okay, you think I'm gonna go into a Waffle House with everything going on?
I mean, you go in Waffle House when you're drunken
Yeah,
or
but like
inebriated in other ways.
Here's the thing. If you go into a Waffle House and it's clean, you're in the wrong Waffle House. You need to go into the dingiest, grossest Waffle House you can find, and it will
Right.
be the best food you've ever had. Right?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a problem when there's a virus going around.
Yeah.
Because,
Might be a little bit.
yeah, if it's dirty, it's gonna be good food, but you're gonna get COVID.
Hey, it's a trade-off. Waffle House,
I mean,
COVID.
I'm. Do they deliver? Is there a way to get delivery Waffle House?
Maybe DoorDash or something like that. Maybe.
I need
I
to
don't
look
know.
into this.
I mean,
I'm intrigued.
IHOP did it, and then IHOP got closed down here, so we can't use IHOP anymore.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the one over on Nolensville shut down too, like completely.
Yeah, the one in Nolensville, the one here in Smyrna did. I think the only one that survived was like the one in Madison, I think.
Yeah.
But like there was like 60 stores because the guy owned the chain and he shut all of them down at once. I was like, what? And then all the Steak and Shakes down here too, like the one by me over here in Nissan.
Yeah.
The Steak and Shakes just closed. Like they just had the chairs up and it's just like, yeah, we're closed.
Oh, it's
I'm
depressing.
like, no.
That
So
might
half my
quiet.
food.
Stop, Marley.
Marley is just happy.
He's just excited, dude. He's
He hears
excited
me
to be
again.
back in content. Yeah. Well, it's crazy because I've streamed the last 3 days and he's barely made a peep, and now I think maybe he hears your voice and is like hype. He's like, oh,
Yeah, because I think
he used to come
think-
here.
I think I'm one of the few people that would sit down and actually pet him the entire time I was there.
All right, hold on. We got to get guest appearance from Marley. Come here.
Come on, Marley.
Oh, God.
Oh, buddy. He went limp. He's like, nope.
Yeah, no, it's when he doesn't want to be touched is when he goes limp. All right. So,
Hey,
we're
buddy.
Stop it! You're going to stay here. You're going to bark like that. You're going to stay here and be a part of the podcast.
He's like, I don't like this. I want to go down.
That's what I thought. So, what you do all lockdown, man? What are you still doing? Because we're about to go back into lockdown, but we'll get into that later.
Oh, boy. I mean, I've been working still. Luckily enough, my job needed me for whatever reason. I don't know why. But Mostly it's just been staying at home for the most part. Like I'm not worried about myself catching it because I'm relatively healthy, but my history and my family is just really, really bad. So
Yeah.
I would assume if I got it, I'm done. Bye. See ya.
Yeah.
So it's just more of I stay home, been playing a lot of NHL 20 now, trying to get good at that.
At this point, I'm just excited for the next one to come out. Like,
Yeah.
I pretty much with.
All right.
What? Hold on, one more time. We're gonna bring him back up on camera. Come here.
He's like, no, but I want to bark.
Stop it! Stop it! Oh, I just picked you up. People are gonna think I abuse you now. I literally just picked you up.
Poor Marley.
Okay, well. He's just gonna do that. I think it's because it's early morning. He got to go. I'm not gonna say the word because he'll freak out. The opposite of inside.
Okay, yeah.
He's already done that, and I think now he's just hype and ready to play. So you'll probably see him like running back and forth over here with the toy here in a minute.
Yeah.
Dumb dog.
Yeah, but yeah, FIFA and NHL for me. So both of those, I'm waiting for the next ones,
dude,
especially FIFA 21.
FIFA 21, I'm gonna play a lot, especially when it comes out, just because Nashville's in it.
Yep.
I thought I was gonna do that. When they added Nashville's jerseys to Ultimate Team, I was like, oh, I'm finally gonna get into Ultimate Team. Like, I have a reason to try. No, fuck Ultimate Team. I had a whole rant yesterday on my stream that Ultimate Team is the trash of the video game industry. It has ruined the video game industry. It is the reason microtransactions are everywhere.
Right. And you need like a degree in like some sort of calculus math or something like that to figure out Ultimate Team.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you got to get all these guys that work together, the team, the balance has to be right, but they have to pay the right money for everybody. Then you can get the jersey. But like, you have to randomly pick the jerseys. You can't just buy the jersey anymore.
Well, and then on top of all of that, right, you can do one of two things. You can grind for 100 hours to get a mediocre team that kind of has chemistry, or you can pay $30 and just wipe the floor with everyone for a week, and then like all your players are, you don't have any contracts because you paid for packs, and they all leave, and then you got to do it again. It's just a way for them to make money. The game mode, honestly,
so bad.
They didn't make the game mode to be fun. They made it to make money, and people have fallen for it.
Yeah, every single time. Every time that they do it, too. And I would say NBA 2K20, their world of, like, the basketball world they have, like, you can walk around the neighborhood and just chill out in the neighborhood. That's what I want from my, like, single-player campaign thing. I want that every single time.
Yeah.
And the fact that NHL 20 is just like, oh, yeah, we have World of Chill. How do you play? Oh, you just play random games every once in a while. Can I walk around? Nah. Can't do that.
Of all of the EA sports games, NHL is the best, and it's the one I play the most frequently, and it's still a piece of shit.
It's not great. I remember 07 NHL 07, which fantastic game, fantastic soundtrack. Everything about that game was perfect.
Was that the one with My Only by Goodnight Nurse on it?
I don't want to say yes because I'm probably wrong. I'm probably thinking 4 years too late.
I would play it real quick, but Twitch is taking people down for literally anything right now, so I'm gonna not do that.
Every time I play, I remember Sweetness being the first song, like the intro song.
Yep.
And that I love the fact that the Panthers brought that back as a goal song now because it's a song that is underrated as hell.
Yeah.
But it's just the whole time it's been video games. I finally went to the zoo yesterday.
Oh,
because
is it open?
Like it's open. It's like got all these like restrictions.
I was gonna say, how are they social distancing everything?
You basically have trust. Like you have to trust the people that they will do it. Like,
okay.
They have signs everywhere that are like, oh, say an adult size tapir apart from each other.
Yeah.
Or a small Indian bear away from each other. And I did it, and I was wearing a mask because they don't require it because you can't. But like they're like, hey, we strongly recommend you wear a mask.
I think it's about to be required in Davidson County, like in Metro.
Yeah, it is. It is, but
I mean, I do it anyways. So
yeah, people though, they'll go, oh, required? Screw you.
No, required. That means sneeze in everyone's face, right? They just do the opposite.
And that's what it was at the zoo yesterday. It was 95% of them no mask whatsoever.
Yeah.
grouping up with different people. One guy tried to talk to me the entire time. I'm like, dude, no, I don't want to. I don't want to talk to you.
So during this whole shutdown and like reopening and all the stages or whatever, the worst place on the planet. I had to go down to Broadway for work to take photos of stuff. People just don't give a shit, man. Like all of the businesses except for there's like 2 or 3 bars that got their beer license taken away for like a week.
Right.
Things like Kid Rock.
It was all the ones owned by that one dude, Steve Smith, I think it is.
Yeah.
It's Tootsie's Legend. No, not Legends. Tootsie's, Honky Tonk Central, I think. Kid Rock's big ass Honky Tonk.
Yeah.
What a name for a honky tonk, by the way.
But outside of those, right? All the businesses are doing the right thing. Like literally every single employee was wearing masks. I went into AJ's up by Bridgestone to take some photos for a client. Not them, it was for someone else. And Nathan, one of the roadies, is like the head of security there. So I was talking to him. Yeah. He's like, yeah, we're making sure everyone wears masks. We won't let it get too full, whatever. So they're doing the right things, but like the tourists and the people down on Broadway just don't give a shit. I was down there at like 5 p.m. and like the sidewalk was like the same as it's always been. And I'm like, I have my mask on. I'm like walking as far away from people as possible. Like usually if it's a crowd, I'll just straight line and just like push through people because fuck you. But I'm like going from like side to side on the sidewalk, trying to get like as far away from the upcoming person as possible.
Yep.
It's awful, dude.
And I love the people that stand in the middle of the sidewalk, so you have to wait for them to move again.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm gonna push you. Like I'm gonna like just throw you into the street.
Yeah.
But it's been so frustrating. Like I went to Walmart the other day, I had the mask on, everything.
Yeah.
And somebody goes, "Oh, look at this guy! Listen to the corporate or the democratic world." I'm like,
I tweeted this. Okay. I tweeted this last week, I think. Whoop, camera went off. There you go. Oh. Not that it matters. You're not on screen, but
yeah, no. Thanks.
I tweeted this last week where I was like, I expected people to not want to wear masks or not like wearing masks. I did not expect people to actively chastise people who are wearing a mask to either try to protect themselves or others. That I did not expect. I don't know why I didn't expect it, but it legitimately surprises me that people are so up their own ass that they get angry because someone else is wearing a mask. Like
it's what you get when you have leadership that makes it a two-party issue. Like, hey, they're saying do this, they must be lying to you because they're evil, always evil.
I think my new thing to counter it, right, that is equally as absurd is I'm going to start screaming and cursing people out who cover their mouth when they sneeze.
Yeah.
Hey,
look at you. Why are you doing that?
Communist bullshit. Stop covering your mouth. Sneeze out into the open like a real man.
I was at the zoo yesterday, and 2 things with this. One person looked at me and going, "How do you even do that? How do you wear a mask out in the seat?" And I went, "Well, I put the 2 loops around my ear and make sure it covers my nose and mouth, and I make sure I breathe through it."
Yeah.
Like, how can you breathe with all the sweat going on? I'm like, well, I mean, I accept it because I know I'm going to be safe. And then, like, I was walking behind somebody else and go, "Imagine if it was 10 degrees hotter and it was sunny. You wouldn't be wearing that mask." And I went, "Yes, I would."
Like, it's honestly, it's like when you first start wearing them, especially because it's summer, it takes a minute to get used to. It's just something that our culture isn't used to. You don't have something on your face constantly or ever. And it's weird. Like your nose will itch. If it's hot outside and if you have like a black face mask, it does get hot. But since the CDC started recommending it, I've been wearing it every time I went to Walmart, Kroger, work stuff. Yeah. I'm just used to it. I forget it's on. Cause like,
I remember it sometimes because when I'm breathing and it's hot, my beard catches all the like moisture in it.
I feel that.
So my beard does get wet, and I'm just like, okay. But like work is going to require when I go back full time for me, especially to have a mask on at all times, which is going to be weird with phones because I don't know how that's going to work because people like will hear the muffle like. Yeah.
But like I'm just used to it. Like at the
Yeah.
beginning of everything, when like the memes going around, like you basically saying you look ridiculous riding in your car by yourself wearing your mask. I do that now because I forget it's on. Like I'll be in Target, I'll be shopping, and I'll come out, I'll be halfway home, like, oh, I look like a jackass, and take my mask off.
Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those like people stop being idiots, wear your masks.
Yeah.
But eventually it will become so ingrained with people that even if they're a little bit sick, they'll either skip out of work, which will be good because we have more allowance for working at home now, or people will be like Asian countries now where they will wear masks anytime they feel any little bit of sick.
Oh, dude, excuse me. That'll be something that I carry through just the rest of my life. Because like
No,
I
I'm
never thought about it, right? And that's why I brought up the sneezing in people's faces. Is when you cough or sneeze, what do? You cover your mouth, right? It's just considerate to cover your mouth. You don't want to spray you're sick, you're gross all over everybody, right? It's the same fucking thing. If you're sick or whatever, you have like a cold, and like COVID's gone, COVID's over. We're in 2021. Let's just say either everyone's got it and it's not a big deal anymore, or there's a vaccine or something. It's just gone. Let's say it's gone. No more. You have a cold. You have some sniffles. Wear a mask. Like just help not getting people sick, or like you're traveling. Like airports are just petri dishes. Wear a mask.
Like airports just right now are. I don't know how I'm going to feel comfortable riding in a plane anytime soon.
You weren't in Portland, right? No.
I was not in Portland, no.
Okay.
Which I'm thankful for.
So none of us got sick, which is good.
Yeah.
That I know of. I mean, I figured I knew everyone that went, and no one has said anything. So, but Southwest put a little scare into me. Okay. So when we went there, COVID was still like this thing that's happening in China. Italy's starting to get it, but like,
yeah, we were starting to kind of get it.
Really concerned, and at the tail end of that trip is when you started to hear about the dude in the NBA getting it. The numbers going up in the US. Testing centers are starting to be a thing. So on the way back, I was more conscious of it on the way back than on the way there. Like on the way there, I just made sure I had like hand wipes, so I like wiped down my tray table, wipe my hands. That's the only precaution I took. On the way back, I mean, there was no mask because they were sold out. There was no hand sanitizer because they were sold out. I had like a few wipes, whatever. So on the way back, I was very, very conscious of it. Fucking South fucking West. On the plane ride back from, I think it was Denver to Nashville. Okay. I don't know what they didn't announce anything. They just didn't turn on the air.
Oh, good Lord.
It didn't say anything. So the entire ride, I'm like, fuck, I have a fever. I'm sweating like crazy. Like at the end, I'm like, what's happening? I'm sweating, but like I wasn't sitting next to anybody I knew. So I was like, am I getting sick? Am I the only one feeling this? What is happening? And then they parked the plane, and in my head, I'm running through all these scenarios like, oh God. Okay, so I got sick, which means Chase probably got sick, which means, everyone else that was here probably got sick. Oh, shit, this is bad. And then they open the door to the plane, and a huge rush of cool air comes in, and the guy in front of me stands up, and his entire back's sweaty. I'm like, oh, they just didn't fucking turn on the air.
Yeah. God damn. That would make me freak out.
Yeah, it was like, but it was weird. Maybe the air conditioning like shut off or something. Because like the first half of the flight, and from Denver to Nashville is like what, 2 hours?
I want to say 3.
3? So it was like an hour and a half that I felt fine.
Right.
And then the last hour and a half was like a fucking toaster oven, and I was just sweating my balls off, and I was just like, I'm sick. And I was literally sitting there in the window seat, and I was Googling like symptoms of COVID, but I was like turning my back to the person next to me so they wouldn't see me typing that. I was like, oh, I don't want them to see me typing this and think I'm sick and freak out. It was a terrible hour and a half. And then as soon as they opened the doors and the cold air rushed in, I was like, oh, they just didn't have the air on, and I'm a fucking psychopath.
Yeah. So 2.5 hours. So I was wrong
Okay,
a
so
little
yeah,
bit.
it was like an hour of hot.
Yeah, which I always forget how west we actually kind of are
Yeah,
compared to the rest of the United States.
yeah.
Which, oh man, no, it's just gonna be. It's funny, like in a sports perspective, there's always going to be this stigma around Rudy Gobert from now on. Like everything, like
Because he's an idiot.
yeah, like any threat of lockout is like, oh, we're gonna Rudy Gobert this season.
Oh yeah,
It's like, yeah, we are.
Wasn't it like 3 days before, and when like post game interview, he just touched everything on the table.
Yeah. He's like, this ain't that bad, woo! And then he was
To be
like,
fair,
oh yeah,
to be
by the way,
completely fair to him, the consensus amongst everyone was kind of the same thing. Like you saw businesses and the government start to take precautions, but even at that time, the CDC was like, "Yeah, you're fine. Like fly. We don't need to shut anything down right now. But you can travel. It's not a big deal." And then it's like in a span of like 4 days, they're like, "Hey yo, we're fucked.
we're fucked.
It
Yeah, no, I
shit's
got
going
it.
down."
Yeah, it was like he got hit with it. It was announced, and I was at a baseball game. I saw that. I'm like, okay, interesting. And then I got an email from the NCAA. They're going, hey, we're not letting fans in the final or the tournament this year. And I went, oh crap, this is about to get real bad. And then like an hour later, I was like, oh, fall sports for the Conference USA canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, or spring sports.
Yeah.
Like shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that was not fun. But it's been one of those like you're going to see a big cultural change in this country based on sickness alongside with a new racial cultural change too.
Yeah.
Like this whole thing is, I don't want to say it's been good and cathartic for the United States.
I mean, I get where you're going with it. It's not good. Like
it's not great at all. It's terrible.
The events we've had since March are not good, but we're gonna look back on it in 2 to 3 to 4 to 50 years, right? And be like, okay, I lived through that. If I'm still alive in 50 years, turn me into a robot. I'll be a robot.
The has-been Brian robot.
Yeah, but we're gonna look back on it and be like, okay, hopefully, we learned from COVID, and hopefully we've learned from the Black Lives Matter movement and everything that's going on with the protests and police brutality, right. And we've evolved as a human race to be better. Is hopefully how we look back on it in 2 to 3 to 5 to 50 years.
Right.
We'll see.
I don't know.
I feel like when it comes to COVID, a little less, but when it comes to the Black Lives Matter movement and police brutality stuff, I've been pleasantly surprised with a lot of people that, I mean, there's still a bunch of people from my high school and growing up or whatever that I'm still disappointed in, but the amount of people that I didn't expect to speak up and the amount of people I didn't expect to kind of change how I perceive them as a person, it impressed me. So I feel like at least within our generation, the generation below ours, and probably even the majority of Gen X and some of the baby boomers, which I'm not gonna sweep the entire generation. But anyways, I honestly feel like above 75% of people have grown in the past, year to be better.
Yeah.
It's just the 25% of people have grown to be louder.
Yes, and that's what it really is. And I love how they usually will call themselves the silent majority when they're anything but silent.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen what we've seen in NASCAR, which, by the way, who would have predicted at the beginning of 2020 that NASCAR would be the leading sports program in social reform,
dude?
NASCAR, within its own sport. Like, what the fuck?
I'm so damn proud of NASCAR, dude. I grew up a NASCAR fan. I worship Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Michael Waltrip, baby.
He's fine. He drove for DEI, so he's okay.
A little bit.
Yeah, I'm so proud of them. Like the way they came together through everything and kind of rally behind Bubba and rally behind just becoming a better league.
Yeah.
It's just awesome to see.
Yeah, the ban of the Confederate battle flag
Yeah.
was great. I mean, there's still some arguments that people are having, like, what about tattoos of it?
Yeah.
But if people have like the full back tattoo, which there are going to be some people that have that, it's just one of those, like, you got to cover it up, or you got to like not be so good at it. I mean, they started that with all the toppling of the monuments, some good, some misadvised in history and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's some argument made there. But then Mississippi yesterday, do you see what happened there with the flag there?
Didn't they vote to change the flag?
Yeah, so the state flag currently, if you don't know it, if you're not a viewer of the United States or of Mississippi, because who cares about Mississippi really?
I don't think
base.
Mississippi is the only state in the South I've never been to.
I've been in it driving to Alabama from Texas, which is a weird thing to say out loud like now, but I've done it. But going through, it was like, but yeah, no, the flag there in Mississippi, if you haven't seen it, is a mix of two Confederate symbols, basically. It's the Confederate battle flag in the corner with the striping of the national Confederate flag.
Yeah.
For the rest of it. And now they're going to take that away for the most part. I mean, all the Confederate stuff is going to go off it if everything goes through. They still got to ratify the bill today.
Yeah.
But then, like looking at things with it, apparently the motto "In God We Trust" has to be on there now.
Yeah.
On the new flag, which whatever it's going to look like.
Improvement, I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of not separation of church and statey, but we've
except
never
for
done that anyways, and it's
kinda,
better than hate symbols. So
yeah, it kind of is still separation though, because it doesn't specify which God.
True.
So it could be Allah, it could be Christian God, it could be Hindu God, or
it could be Don Knotts, the God of my church that I've started.
It could be the legendary Robin Schrute, Nashville soccer legend. But are we gonna get Ryan in here? It looks like.
Yeah, he just said. Okay, we may have a guest. The Nashville House Cats account may jump in here any second. So we're waiting on him. But dude, okay. So I want to talk a little bit about NASCAR because I know he's gonna be hype as soon as he gets in.
Oh yeah.
I am now officially back into NASCAR. I don't know what it was about quarantine, but being at home, I somehow just went down the rabbit hole of NASCAR and F1 YouTube, and I was like rewatching old like race highlights, and there's like different influencer channels. And I just got back into NASCAR and F1. And as soon as NASCAR kicked back up, I haven't watched every race in its entirety, but I've watched some of every race. It could partially be because there's no other sports, but like I love NASCAR growing up, so
yeah. I mean, like, again, there's been an advancement of everything. Like the iRaces they had for a couple weeks when they couldn't do real racing.
Dude, that was so cool.
Like, that's genius. And people will watch it because it's faster. It's only 100 laps.
You know, it's crazy. My dad, who he doesn't understand video games. I tried to explain esports to him, didn't get it. He's like, he exact same thing you just said. He's like, that's smart. Because he's like me. He used to love NASCAR and then got bored of it. Because it's the races are too long. It's the same thing every week.
New rules. It's weird.
Whatever. But when the iRacing came up, they were shortened races. They were bite sized. They ended up being like the same. The broadcast ended up being like the same length as like a soccer. It was like soccer match or like a hockey match.
That's two very different times, Brian.
Well, yeah, in between those two. Shut up. But like it ended up being a bite-sized, NASCAR package that you could watch.
Yeah.
Like, the broadcast was it was good. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah. And then you saw that some of the drivers had the full setup of the cage of the car in their house.
Yeah.
And then you had some guys just on a chair.
$20 steering wheel.
Yeah. But it's at the same time, it's like it's healthier for them too because they get to have air conditioning and they get to be cooler.
Yeah.
It's healthier for the drivers because they're not putting their real lives at risk. They're they're in electronic form. They're not going to ever get hurt doing that, which it seems like that was a cool thing to do. was a great thing to do at the time because you had something to watch at the time.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't a real life sport, but the commentary on it's the same exact thing. You can still call a race the same way on an I-1 as you can.
I'm gonna pull in Ryan from Nashville House Cats real quick.
What up?
Hold on. He is joining.
Is he?
Ryan, you here, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, you're quiet. Hold on.
He's very quiet.
Can I turn you up?
I mean,
Can you eat your mic?
Maybe.
There you go. That's better.
All right.
Can we hear him? Ryan, say something.
Something.
Okay, we can hear you. Loud enough. How's it going, man?
I'm gonna go pretty good. You?
We're just chatting about NASCAR. We're talking about how awesome the iRacing stuff was during the lockdown.
Dude, I enjoyed that. That was actually a lot of fun.
I was saying that plus rewatching old races and just NASCAR YouTube in general during lockdown got me back into NASCAR. Like I was so far out of giving a shit, and now I've watched at least a little bit of every single race.
Yeah. Same here, dude. I enjoyed the iRacing so much. My favorite part was like, the internet connection messing up and like cars just disappearing mid race.
I love the ones where like they glitch out for a second, like they drop for a second, so like they don't realize they've gone like 150 feet down the track, and all of a sudden they're like in turn one just in the corner.
Yeah,
and turn sideways. You're like, wait a second.
Yeah, then like the crashes are just like spectacular.
Yeah, the guy doing the quadruple flip or whatever it was, almost over the railing. You're like, that would never happen in real life.
Yeah.
I think it was the first race that Jeff Gordon jumped in and was doing the commentary while racing, and it was like midway through the race, and he just got slung up into the wall and flipped maybe 400 times higher than the catch fence. And it was like as they cut to commercial break, you just saw his car go to the moon. And it's like in real life, it's like, oh, he's super dead.
Dead. And now it's just like, oh shit.
Yeah, now it's funny.
But I mean, the shit talk between the drivers too was so fantastic at home, because like you're not thinking about that when you're actually racing. But like when you're at home, you're like, oh, I could give two lessons.
Yeah, they had like a drivers only channel, so they would just scream at each other. It's awesome.
Take that, Ryan! Bop.
It was like Clint Boyer just like throwing zingers like left and right.
Dude, he was trash. I'm sorry. He's a good driver. He was trash at iRacing.
Yeah, I mean he's trash at iRacing, but he's great at commentating and shit talking too.
Oh, he was funny. I loved his input. It was just like every time they cut to him, he's like, "Oh, I'm in 23rd," and I just spun out Bubba. It's like literally every time. I think they cut to him one time, and he was in second place, and that's how Jeff Gordon crashed.
It's like one of those. It's like one of those videos you're watching the really intense race at first, and then you see the guy all the way back in 35th. He's just like,
wasn't it him that made Bubba Wallace rage quit during that? It was like the third race of the whole thing. It's like Bubba Wallace literally just turned off his computer because he got crashed by Clint Boyer.
He's like, I'm done. See ya. Peace out.
He lost his sponsor for that.
Yeah, it was. Fuck, I can't remember who it was, but yeah, it was. They were like sponsoring his like actual car, and
I think it was like some bank or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a major sponsor, but
no, it was like a Renaissance style kind of bank.
What? I wish we could have got Richard Petty into iRacing.
He wouldn't know how to handle it. Man.
He would break the computer before you.
I mean, Jimmy Johnson couldn't even do it.
He was. There was one race he was doing well, but like much like Clint Boyer, he was trash in all of the iRacing.
Jimmy's like a 90-year-old, 40-year-old man. It's the funniest thing to watch him try to figure out how to work the real world.
Did you see he's going to? So this is last year. He's retiring. Did you see he's going to IndyCar?
Did not see that.
What? Yeah, he has. Excuse me. I think he has an open invitation for one of the teams in IndyCar to go race there for a year.
That's one hell of a jump to go from stock car to IndyCar. Like,
I mean, it's very different racing, but he has a little experience. I know he was friends with. I know IndyCar and F1 are different, but they're similar enough. He's friends with. What's the guy's name? He also moved to IndyCar recently. Something Alonso. Fernando Alonso? I don't know. He's one of the better F1 drivers. But he was friends with him, and there's videos of them switching cars on like road courses and driving each other's cars. So he has some experience. I'm sure he's tested Indy cars before and shit. And when you've won as many championships as he has, like, and you're still young enough to race, to go try something fun, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, your camera went off. There you go. Again, I keep pointing it out. You're not fucking on the stream.
I'm not on the stream. Why does it matter, Brian?
I
Stop
don't know.
yelling at me.
I woke up late. I didn't have time to set up a second webcam input.
Everyone waking up late today.
Uh,
So the other thing that I know Housecat's going to be really cool about, hockey coming back sooner than later. It looks like, maybe, if Tampa Bay gets their shit together. Who knows? But having the freaking fuckery that happened at the draft lottery the other night.
I missed all that. Please, both of you explain to me like I'm 5.
So the draft lottery this year is doing 3 phases, possibly, I believe. And then, so for the lottery itself, there was 6 teams that were the worst 6 teams that didn't make the playoffs.
Okay.
And then 7 placeholders, I believe, or something like that. It's something more similar like that. And they do the random draw, everything like that. They revealed 8 through 1 the other night. And they have a rule this year with the phase 2 of the draft lottery that whoever loses the first round of the play-in tournament style thing that we're doing when we come back for the cup finals.
Yeah.
They all have the equal chance of coming back or of getting the draft pick for that placeholder spot. And one of those placeholder spots was able to get in the top 3. And everyone's like, okay, they're going to be in the top 3. There's going to be probably 2 or 3. They got the number 1 overall draft pick.
Okay.
So the entire time you had like Ottawa, Detroit, everybody like that just sitting there waiting.
Okay.
And then it goes NHL placeholder 1. So a loser out of the first round of the playoffs will get the number 1 pick. And it's just like Detroit's over there like, we're the worst team in hockey, almost in hockey history. And then you had Ottawa, who had 2 picks that could have been in the lottery.
Yeah.
And they got like, I think it was 3 and 6. And they're just sitting there like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then LA Kings were supposed to be 6 or 7 pick, and they get in the number 2 spot. And I'm just like, this is some bullshit. Like, it's going to be like Montreal, or it's going to be Toronto or some shit like that will get that number 1 spot now. So you're going to have somebody as good as the guy who's sitting there, I don't remember his name right now, that's going to be going to play with Austin Matthews or
going to play with a playoff team, essentially.
Yeah, a playoff team, essentially.
Playoff caliber team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other thing is Nashville could get it too if we drop out to Arizona the first round.
I hope we don't, and we better beat Arizona, otherwise I'm going to be mad. But
which
if
Arizona
we got a good draft pick, I might be a little less mad.
Arizona's my favorite team right now.
Stop it.
They announced, huh?
Stop it.
No, I mean, I don't want them to win or anything.
Okay.
Stop it.
But
get some help.
Just for the fact they announced they're going to wear the Kachina jerseys every time they're the home team in the first round.
Yeah.
That just made my day. I was just like, I'm so happy with that. That should be your full-time jersey at all times.
I thought they were doing that the entire playoffs.
Yeah.
But they're not going to make it past the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they said that they're going to do it when they're designated the home team.
Yeah.
Because they're going to wear the black version of it.
No, yes. I have complete confidence in the Nashville Predators.
I don't.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
My brain and my heart are telling me that they will destroy the Coyotes, right? But they've proven me wrong a lot in both good and bad ways.
Yeah.
So
I will say, as somebody who used to work there and who used to see the games on the regular, the one team that we seemed to always have an issue with was Arizona.
Yeah.
Like every game I saw them play at Arizona, it was like a 5-1 loss.
Yeah.
It's just like anytime, like they're just bigger, they're faster, they like knocking the shit out of our guys, and it's just the funniest thing to watch how like we look like a great team. Like I went to one where it was a back-to-back, and it was like one of the LA teams played us the night before, and then Phoenix came in. Or Arizona.
Yeah,
Phoenix? Who the fuck?
It's fine.
But like we looked
Winnipeg.
great against LA. It was Winnipeg. We scored like 4 or 5 goals that game. We come back, we don't score any goals, and it's like 5-0 shutout.
Yeah.
And it sucks too. And the funniest thing is there's a guy on the team whose name is said exactly like mine.
Yeah.
Boston Krause, but it's spelled entirely different. So it's Lawson Krause, and it's Crous.
Yeah.
And I'm Krause. It's said the exact same way. I'm like, this is why people have issues.
Speaking of jerseys, I want to start a petition to have our Winter Classic jersey be our permanent road jersey, because that is I don't care what anybody says, that is the best jersey the Predators have literally ever had. Ever. Ever. The best jersey. Better than the blue ones that everyone seems to nut over every time they see a photo of it.
I'm a huge fan of the Mustard Cat, to be honest. Like, I love that jersey.
I mean, I'm a fan of it. It's so Garbo, it's good.
Yeah, like our cat looks like he took a bunch of drugs before he got on that picture for that. Like, he's got the red and yellow eyes. He's got the like, hey guys, I'm here. Let's play some hockey.
Maybe that's why we won so frequently in those. Is because the cat on the front.
They had a great record.
He was methed out and ready to murder people.
It's confused the hell out of every other player on the ice. That way just go up the
side. Why do you have the eyes? I do miss the fact that the jerseys all had the old Nashville Arena logo on them.
Yeah,
like that was one of my favorite Preds logos they of all time. Is that N with the
shoulder patch?
The shoulder patch with the N and the spire of the arena itself and the star. Like, one of my favorite things. But yeah, no, I love the Mustard Cat. I wouldn't be mad if those were the road ones. I actually am one of the few people that love the road ones.
Keep talking.
What'd you do? But I mean, those Winter Classic jerseys I like a lot. I kind of wish they had used the full cat in the middle of the stripe.
Brian's going into a portal.
Brian's going to his closet. Hey, Brian came out of the closet. Hey, that's the same jersey I have.
He's just going to flex his jerseys. Okay.
I mean, I have the same thing, buddy. So,
this guy.
Oh my gosh.
This guy.
Yeah, that guy right there. But, hey, I actually have like a real jersey, bud.
Oh yeah, no, mine's real. It's just blank. Mine's stitched. It's just blank.
Yeah, this is a player worn one. So.
Oh, fuck you then. Yeah, that one's like legit from the '98 season. My dad, when they moved here, he knew nothing about hockey. He just wanted to take me to see a game, and on a whim bought a jersey. He ended up hating hockey, but he would go because I fucking loved it. Because I had the video games. Being a little kid, had a blast at the game. So we had like a partial season ticket package, and we would go and legitimately he would just be bored. He had no idea what was going on. He'd be sitting there. Something would happen where everyone would jump up, and he'd just kind of look around. Be like, oh, okay. And, like, he would understand when a goal happened. He would stand up and clap. But, like, if people got mad or excited or whatever, he'd be like to me, the 7 or 8 year old, hey, Brian, what happened? Like, I don't get it. What's going on?
So that's why I like hockey using the goal horns for everything. Because even people like that will know when a goal happens at home. Because you'll hear it.
Yeah.
Everyone will say something. The horn goes off. It's a fun thing. I mean, it's just one of those, like, I grew up on hockey because my dad's a Blackhawks fan, unfortunately. My mom's a Blues fan, so it's not much better. I grew up in a really
I'm glad you made it into the Preds fandom. Yeah, not into one of those.
Although I started out as an Avalanche fan. And
that's fine.
I had the jersey over here. I don't remember where I put it.
Here's the thing. I still hate Detroit so much that I like the Avalanche because they were like Detroit's main rival back in the day.
Yeah.
Like we were like the secondary rival, and like the friend of my friend, or the enemy of my The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Got it.
There you go. Good job.
So yeah, I like the Avalanche, and now that they're in our division, it's like I hope they lose, but if they're not in my way, they can win all they want.
I have a 2001 Stanley Cup final, like knockoff jersey. It's not the old like CCM jersey. It's like a Mitchell and Ness knockoff kind of thing.
It's a like CMM jersey.
Something like that, yeah. It's a CMM jersey.
Got one of those CUM jerseys.
Okay. But it's got Patrick Wall on it. It's got the patch on it. It's got everything.
It's Patrick Roy. It's so they don't get sued. In the lawsuit,
it's a hard R.
It's like, no, it's not Patrick Waugh. You can't sue us for that. It's Patrick Roy.
But I will say their jerseys they wear now against only Central Division opponents, the blue ones with the old Colorado Rockies logo.
Nah, I like the
I love
classic Avalanche jersey.
That it what classic Avalanche? Like the red
the
one,
1990s, like the one with like, it's the Avalanche jersey. I don't know. I
it's
can't.
the maroon and blue ones,
yeah.
right? With the Yeti on the sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about that I have. But
I like the blue one.
I like the blue one as like I want that to be their main home ones now because the
Got
newest
it.
like the new Adidas ones they just got with the Colorado flag sea and mountain range thing
I
and
don't like those. Trash.
those are beautiful, but
trash.
they need to use the old Rockies colors, which is the red, yellow, and blue, royal blue.
I want to go around the horn real quick. You can't pick a Predators jersey because I would pick the Winter Classic jersey if I could.
All right.
What is the best hockey jersey of all time? Go.
Shoot, I don't know all time.
Okay, let's say since 1990.
Oh, since 90. Okay, dang it, that takes out my favorite one.
Were you going with the fucking Vancouver bullshit stripe?
Yeah, the Flying V.
I mean, like, I want one because it's awful, but
I have one.
Go for it.
I've been in love with like any iteration of the Kachina jersey, so
yeah,
Kachina. Yeah.
I feel like that. I feel like that's a common answer amongst Preds fans, which is weird.
Yeah, I don't know why, but for me though, it's the '90s Statue of Liberty Rangers jerseys.
Oh yeah,
those are nice.
The NYR, that logo should be their main logo. Like that is a fantastic logo. Also, the Fisherman Islanders, I love a lot.
Yeah.
And technically, I can say this now because they brought it back last year. But the Whalers jerseys,
I like the Whalers jerseys. I feel like the striping on the bottom goes a little too far up the torso. If it was a little condensed down, I'd like it a lot more. But
that's just Adidas being fucky.
Is it?
Yeah, Adidas is weird.
Okay, maybe I'm
like the old school one had like one solid stripe I think down at the bottom. I don't remember.
But my pick, I might get some flack for this because they've been a division rival since we started. Is the white original Dallas Stars jersey? Not original. Because the original was just kind of similar to what it is, but the one that this jersey is a star. You know?
Oh, okay. The Madonna era ones?
Yeah. Not the original one. The original one was kind of similar to the one they have today, but the one that is a star, that is the coolest jersey. The white one followed by the green one are the two coolest jerseys outside of Preds jerseys in NHL history for me. Like I've been trying to hunt one down that's like legit stitched, says Madonna on the back, but they're all stupid expensive on like resale websites.
Yeah, because they're really, really loved.
Yeah.
Except for they also had one of the worst jerseys of all time.
Was the stupid Constellation one?
Yeah, the Mooterus.
Fucking awful.
Oh, I love that one.
It's one of the worst ones of all time.
Look, any third jersey that's awful, I love it. I want it, but it's bad. Yeah, that one. I can't pull it up on my screen, but
yeah, I mean, like jackass.
Like I can usually get behind like a really bad jersey, like I'll fall in love with it. The only one I've been able to just not get behind is the Stadium Series for the Avalanche. You know, the giant A.
Oh yeah, the big A one from this year.
That was so stupid. I figured, maybe the rest of the uniform would be able to make the jersey, but no, it just somehow made it worse.
See, it pissed me off so much because the Avalanche were playing at the Air Force Academy. Just get a fucking Air Force palette. Just use an Air Force jersey, basically. Like, throw your Rocky thing on the corner of it, but have an Air Force jersey.
Yeah.
Like, that's as easy as it could have been.
I think it's impressive because the Avalanche, their color scheme is one of the best color schemes in hockey. And it's really hard with that, the palette they have to choose from to make a bad jersey. But fuck, they found a way. I don't know how they did it. It seems like they tried to make a bad jersey and like a truly, like not like a, like, oh, that's funny bad, but like just bad. Like just no redeeming qualities.
I think they were playing the long game, like, hey, we're going to make a jersey that people will love in like 22 years.
Yeah, and like
because it was so bad.
In like 2043, they're going to wear them again, and people are like, oh, those are so awful. I love it. Like,
no, they're still going to be bad in 20 years. They're not ever going to be a good jersey. That's going to be one that you're going to miss completely. It's like when the Oilers did that weird mechanical oil drop one.
Oh yeah.
Like like that never looked good. And then another one for me that I miss is the old Blasty uniform from the Flames. The old horse logo.
Those are all right. I like them.
Like I grew up on a game.
I wouldn't buy one, but like I don't hate it.
Yeah, and there was one by the Canadians I think that was so god awful because it was like the red and blue barber pole kind of thing. Looking.
Oh, it was like it was striped, but it was like super narrow striping.
Was that the Heritage Classic jersey?
I don't know. It was ugly.
I think that was Toronto.
Was that Toronto?
I think they both did a similar design. I think they both had the really narrow horizontal stripes, and the Canadians were the red, white, and blue, and then Toronto was just the blue and white. I think they did. I think they both did a very similar design.
I remember seeing a giant leaf on a striped jersey and thinking, "What the hell is that thing?"
Yeah, that's why I think it's the Canadians because I think that's why everyone got so confused is because the old Canadians used the leaf on their logo on their jerseys.
No,
so
maybe I don't know. I
don't know.
I remember the jersey. I can sort of visualize it. I saw a photo of it the other day actually, but I can't remember who it was for. It's eluding me.
Oh man, like 'cause I'm pretty sure it was Montreal because they had the MAF on it.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what they need to name their damn team first, but I'm excited to see what Seattle does with their jerseys.
It's gonna everything we're seeing is gonna have salmon pink and black.
Don't you say that? No, because
green.
the renderings of the stadium were the green and blue like every other Seattle team.
Which maybe. So here's the jersey that we're talking about.
Oh God. Yeah, it's
the
Maple
socks.
Leafs.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that is the Maple Leafs. Okay. Yeah, CAC.
I don't know why they have red. That's what I thought was the Canadians because they had red.
No, the Leafs used to have the lettering in the middle be red. Like that was a thing because it's after the actual like air combat thing they're named after.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's what I'm kind of wondering right now is why they're taking so long to say things. Is Seattle may have changed their color scheme up.
I hope not. First of all, fuck every Seattle team. Second of all, hey, stop it, you. Fuck every Seattle team. But I like when cities have the same color scheme across all of their teams.
Yeah, except for
Seattle's colors are the green and the blue, right?
Except for nope, not for the Mariners.
They don't count.
The Mariners count. That's in fucking Seattle,
no,
dude.
It's fine. They don't count.
No, they're just outside Seattle, so they don't count.
But there's always the one team that fucks everything up.
No, I'm sorry, but the Mariners play right next door to the Seahawks. They cannot be outside of Seattle.
Now they both play outside of Seattle. It's just
fake news.
No, they don't. I live there. No.
J-Mark put in the chat, what are y'all's thoughts on the Columbus Blue Jackets Cannon jersey?
The Cannon jersey should be their main jersey. It should be the jersey they wear. It is one of the most beautiful jerseys of all time. That cream with the light blue, or
I don't like how you said cream.
Cream, man, cream. It's real wet. It's real wet.
Oh, dude, that's. I'm gonna drop a wet in the chat. Hold on.
Wet.
That is one of the best jerseys. Like, I want to go see a game in Columbus just to hear that cannon fire, and I want to sit like right next to it and just blow my ear out. Because like it's amazing.
It's cool. Like, I like that.
I fought for that for Nashville SC for the longest time when we were still trying to do the stockade or whatever the hell it was.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
I wanted a cannon, man. I wanted to be able to fire a cannon. Like that's all I give a shit about.
Nah, I hope in some way, shape, or form. It probably won't be until. No, because I was gonna say I hope we could bring back the rig in some shape, or form.
I want the goal horn back. I want the goal horn back.
But like, it's not just the roadies anymore, so that won't really work.
They should just like whenever we score,
like a giant amp that shoots fire and smoke.
It just explodes every time.
Yeah, and there's just a giant horn inside of the amp.
See what I was thinking? You could always get a guitar and then just hold it back to the speaker for feedback every time we score.
Oh God.
But no, back to the Seattle thing though. If the latest renderings or anything, I think they may have gone the navy and neon, which thank you, because that's how it should have been.
Yeah.
But everything on the site right now is that mint green and that salmon pinkish red, which would be a great color palette. It would be different. It would be not like anything else that we've seen. But it also leads me to believe that there's only two names it could be, and that would be Sockeye or Steelheads.
Yeah.
And both of those are fishes.
Dude, I'm glad Seattle got a team, right? I want the Nordiques back so bad.
I want them back, but only if they agree to use that wolf logo they never used.
I want the Nordiques back so bad. I want to see the bloodbath between them and the Canadians. I want the powder blue jerseys. I'm glad Colorado got a team. Fuck, if Colorado wore the Nordiques jerseys, that would probably satisfy me. I just want a Nordiques jersey is what I'm getting at, and you can't find them anywhere. They're either weird.
You can.
No, they're either weird, shitty knockoffs that are like $12 and they come from middle of nowhere China, or they're resold signature ones on Amazon for like $800. Like, those are your two options.
You can get them on eBay.
Dude, every time I buy an affordable jersey from like eBay or a resale site, I get fucked. I get absolutely just destroyed by whatever service I buy it from. It's like the logo will be like off color. It'll be like sideways. It'll be like stretched in a weird way. I'm like, I can't wear this.
Fanatics has like t-shirts if you want to get a t-shirt.
I don't want a t-shirt. Do I look like a child to you?
Yes, you do.
Oh, yeah,
actually.
true. Yeah, I do have skateboards on the wall behind me.
Yeah.
So
with your beanie and your other color,
my mellow yellow, and my cartoons I watched last night.
No, but the thing with Seattle's is like apparently they're hitting a lot of trademark issues.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's Sockeye, because Sockeye is in a book and it's in the TV series iZombie.
Yeah.
They use that same thing, so I don't think they're allowed to use Sockeye, which would be great.
I just
I don't
hope
think
they have
can
the cool S Seattle logo from the old team.
The Metropolitans, which this would have been a lot easier. We would have known by now if Bettman was just like, yeah, you can use the Metropolitan name again, because that would be the name of the team, because people would be fine with it.
Yeah.
But my other thing I'm seeing is they're getting permission from the native area to use the name, apparently. So the natives, Coast Salish people, they're getting the name. So that leads me to believe it may be the Totems.
Gotcha.
Which is an old Seattle hockey team name anyway.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Don't they have a junior team currently?
Yes, the Thunderbirds.
Okay. I was going to say, maybe they could go with that. They already have a fan base behind the name, and I like the logo, and I like the color palette.
Yeah, color palette. Unfortunately, there's a team to the north, just 2 hours from Seattle, that might use the same exact color palette. That's Vancouver, which is, I think, part of the rivalry now is going to be the color fight, which, honestly, Vancouver should go back to the red and yellow and black.
Hey, I agree with that.
Best jersey.
I don't like Vancouver's logo. The whale makes me angry.
Well, the orca is just funny because it's just because the ownership group.
No, it doesn't deserve to be called an orca. It's a whale.
It's an orca.
No.
It's an orca.
You guys know what name isn't trademarked, though?
House Cats.
I mean, I already tried, but that's whatever.
The Seattle House Cats.
Yes.
And it's literally just your logo that you change weekly.
What's the name?
The Rain City Bitch Pigeons, dude.
Let's get it trending. The Rain City Bitch Pigeons. I'm out about it.
I saw also the Rain City Murder Hornets.
Rain City, sorry.
Rain, yeah
like
Rain. Water.
What?
Water.
Rain City Bitch Pigeons, dude.
Also, that's the other thing. The Rain they could use now.
Raid Shadow Legends. Sorry, go on. This stream is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends. Use code SPORTS for 15% off your first purchase of gems.
Use code Bitch Pigeons for 10% off of your purchase.
There's the clip. That's the clip right there. Oh my god. I forgot what I was going to say. Now, I do want the hockey team
Please don't sue me, Raid Shadow Legends.
I want them to continue with the nautical theme of the area at least.
Yeah.
So the Mariners, I would love the Navigators would be one that I would like.
What?
The Navigators.
Oh, okay. I thought you said gators.
Oh.
I'm like, there's no gators in Seattle.
Oh, you don't know Seattle. There is.
Are there gators in Seattle?
In a zoo, yeah.
The fuck you. Eat shit. In a zoo.
And it's
not even in Seattle.
Yeah, we have fucking lions in Nashville. Or tigers or whatever. Fuck you.
and bears. Oh my.
both.
Oh my, we have all three.
No, we don't have lions actually.
Yeah, tigers.
I was there yesterday.
Dude, there's fucking giraffes in Nashville. It's wild.
There's
They're only in
two
one
of them.
place, and it also happens to be a zoo that they're caged in.
There's
also red pandas there.
Wild.
That made me so
God.
mad. Okay, keep talking. Sorry. Let's move on. I'm gonna rant for 20 minutes if I keep going down this rabbit hole.
But one thing I do want them. I want them to have the old S, but I want them to wrap it around a trident as well, to get the old Mariners logo in there.
That would be cool.
Because that's one of the most beloved things in Seattle. But if you do the Seattle on the upward facing trident, it makes a W. So Seattle, Washington.
That's cool.
But it'd be cool.
I don't know.
I don't.
I'm just excited. Anytime new jerseys come out and completely new branding, I'm excited. Like when the Golden Knights jersey came out, I still want one. I just never got one. Like I was so
got a
excited for
t-shirt.
their jerseys.
Dude, the Golden Knights Adidas jersey is one of the nicest jerseys I've ever bought.
Yeah.
I got.
It's fantastic.
I knew that I liked that jersey when I saw Designer wearing it
Yeah.
at their like opening or whatever. The panda guy. Yeah.
At first, I was a little sad about the logo because they could have done so much with it. But now I'm like looking back at it a couple years from now, I'm like, that's actually not a bad logo. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, that's a really solid logo for what they've
Like
done.
the V and the face mask, that's pretty damn cool. So if you think about it, a knight wearing that helmet would basically block off their whole vision here.
Yeah.
So like they're rhinos basically. It's just like that makes it weird.
J Mark put in the chat Seattle Tridents ?
Oh, I love gum.
No one ever pays me in gum.
I mean, they're sponsored by Amazon. The stadium is now, technically. Which can we talk about how shitty that name is?
Seattle Bezos.
Oh, it's gonna be the Seattle Prime.
The Seattle Prime. Oh shit.
Oh god, man! I'm happy I don't claim that as my home anymore.
I forgot you lived there, right? You lived in Washington.
I lived in Washington. I didn't live in Seattle. I lived actually closer to Vancouver, funnily enough.
Got it.
Which I went and saw no Canucks games.
So when I was in Portland,
yeah,
there is a city right outside of Portland called Vancouver.
Yep,
it's in in Oregon. I was so confused.
It's in Washington.
Is it in Washington? Okay.
It's in Washington.
But it's like right outside of Portland.
Yep.
I was so confused. I'm like, how the fuck am I in Vancouver?
You're not. You went the wrong way for 4 hours, bud.
It's just either not as far as I thought, which it broke my brain. I was like, how am I here?
But it's always funny whenever anybody asks me where I went to college, which I went to Western Washington.
Yeah.
Which everyone goes, where the hell's that? I'm like, Bellingham, Washington. They go, where the hell's that? I'm like, 2 hours north of Seattle. They go, there's a north of Seattle? Everyone thinks
the north exists?
Thinks it's on the bottom.
Wait till you tell them about Canada. It'll blow their tits off.
And then I always go, yeah, it's 2 hours north of Seattle. And then you also know there's a point in Washington where the only way in is through Canada.
Oh,
how does that work?
So the 49th parallel, I think it is, that the American and Canadian border is based on.
Yeah.
There's a piece of land that falls it's like 4 square miles that fall below that line. So in terms of that treaty, we have that 4 miles of square foot land. It's called Point Roberts, Washington.
That's cool. But how do you get there if you have to go through Canada? Like, do you have to visa in and out or passport in and out?
You passport in and out. You drive through.
Fuck
you drive through the Canadian border.
That's ours. Give it back.
You drive through the Canadian border.
We're gonna invade that 1 4 square mile piece of shit Canada. Take it back.
It's not Canada. It's ours.
Then why do we have no? Wait. Okay, hold on.
Okay. This is why. Okay.
Oh god, no one can see that, and it's bright. I'm looking at a body of water. Look, I just want to invade
there.
Yes.
That's Point Roberts. That's the place I'm talking about.
It's a peninsula.
That's the other part of America.
I see. Okay. So it's
so
a peninsula on the left. Okay.
Yes. There's swim there.
It's build a bridge. We'll just build a bridge between that and if I have to go into Canada to go back into America, I'm mad.
I wrote a whole story about it because I was a journalism major there, and they actually have the highest. Which this is a weird thing to know in general public. They had the highest amount of witness protection people there.
Makes sense. Hard to get to.
Yeah, it's hard to get to. You have to go through 2 borders to get to. You have to go through a national border. The harbors are all privately owned, so you cannot use them unless you are checked and everything like that. It's really
but the
weird.
fact that piece of knowledge is out there, I feel like that's a honey dick, right? They're trying to get people out there, right? They're like, oh, we got all the people you want to kill over here, and then they get there and they trap them.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's also the #1 place for bald eagle breeding in Northwest America.
Oh, dude, eagles bang there.
Yeah, the thing they lay their nests up there. It's awesome.
It's just a bang forest for eagles. For eagles and people who witness crimes. It's the only 2 things that go on there is hiding and eagles banging.
I sat there on the beach.
That can be the name of the Seattle team, is the Bang Eagles.
No,
I'm about it. I'm about it.
Good Lord. No, it's gonna be something that people are gonna be disappointed by.
We'll rename the arena the Eagle Brothel.
Yes.
The Eagle Brothel. What is it now? It's Good Economic or Good Echo, whatever the fuck it's called.
I don't know. I don't remember. That's probably
welcome to the Seattle Eagle Brothel.
Seattle Eagle Brothel. It is now going to be known as the Climate Pledge Arena.
That's such a lame name. I mean, I get the point. They're trying to be low emissions, 0 emissions, whatever.
Well, they're going to be the first ever net zero carbon stadium in America.
Yeah. Cool.
So, which is cool. And then immediately people point out, but what about the people that are all driving those cars to go to those games? And then they went, we're also going to convert.
But that's not the stadium. They don't. It's not their fault that people drive cars.
But they did say that they're going to convert as much carbon as they can to offset the travel for everybody. So they are planning to do something about it.
Here's what we do. For every car, you buy a ticket, right? You get a little tiny planter that you have to hang off the muffler of your car, and we just put a series of plants behind the muffler, and they just suck up the CO2, and it fixes the problem. 0 emissions. Go Seattle.
I love science.
Dude, I just solved the global warming crisis.
No, you did not.
I did it.
Stop. People
Where's my Nobel Prize? No. I deserve it.
No. God.
I did it.
But oh, good Lord.
I'm claiming victory for America. We beat the virus and we beat global warming all at the same time.
How American is our response been to the virus? And that is, we just don't want to deal with it anymore.
Well, okay, so again, you just put same concept. We'll just put plants in front of people's faces. And no, I'm taking this too far.
No, but you'll block their breathing. People can't breathe, Brian.
Look, if they can't breathe, it's not my problem.
I like how Brian's solution to anything is just going to be putting a plant in front of it.
Yeah, put a plant in front of it and have a couple eagles bang nearby. That's fine.
It's like a plane coming in for a crash landing, so he just throws some ferns out on the runway.
Just throw foliage out on the... Yeah.
Good Lord.
Just aim for the ficus.
The bush will cushion your fall.
I am disappointed in Seattle, though, for not announcing their name again. Because, you don't have... I get what they're trying to say. It's not as important right now with everything else going on in the country. I get it. But at the same time, you have the spotlight. You are the only thing in the world right now that could give us something new. Give us something new. Give something to unite Seattle around again. Because they're gonna jump on that team. That team is gonna be one of the most popular things in Seattle when it comes in. Yeah. And I'm hoping they do the thing where they bring the European soccer style into hockey finally.
I hope they probably won't, but I hope.
I very much hope so. Because going to games in Europe,
I was gonna say, you see the Swedish teams. Their fans are fucking insane.
Yeah, like German, they treat it like a fucking soccer game there. Like I went to the Frankfurt Low End game, and they drop smoke bombs in there. They have flags.
That's what I've wondered. So like I've seen videos of that in arenas where they're popping off smoke and whatever. Does it not like how does it dissipate? Like, do you just choke to death the rest of the game?
No, they have the doors behind them on the plaza open, and then they have fans pushing it that way.
Right.
So there'll be fans at the bottom of it. The other thing that European hockey does that I love, that I think Americans should do, because I hate, my pet peeve of any hockey game.
Like you just in general hate? You just hate?
I hate in general, yes.
Yeah, okay.
But the main thing I hate most about fans at hockey games is when they bang on the glass whenever anybody gets near them. It's the most annoying fucking thing. Like, look at me participating in the game. In Europe, they have a 30-foot distance between the boards and the first row of seats.
I think that's a little excessive, but
they're raised
I think we just need to get rid of one row.
I don't
think 30 feet is necessary.
No, like even if you get rid of a row, somebody will stand up and do it anyway.
No, you get rid of one row and you put those metal barriers in front of them. Or you do like the safe standing rails in front of them. Except
you think that's going to stop them from doing it? Like
no,
there's friggin' don't cross this line.
Here's the thing, though.
People still walk right by
every single game, one jackass is going to try and lean too far and fall over, and then they'll learn.
Well, that's why you got to raise it. You got to leave it back like 5 feet and then raise it by 6.
You said 30.
That's what they. I mean, that's what they do there. I'm not saying that's what we should do.
Specify that, because 30 is excessive, man.
It is in Europe, but that's how they do it. And they have the kids running around. It's just like a track for them, basically, the entire game. It's the funniest thing.
You have the kids running around. Who's going to do it more, kids or adults? No, the kids are going to stop and ha, 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 bang on the glass.
Well, they can't reach it because the glass is too high for them. Like, they'll hit the bottom of the boards, but that's about it.
All this is flawed. Top to bottom, flawed.
You're flawed.
Yeah, I know. Which it makes me noticing this flaw even more alarming.
Let's just put some plants down there.
Yeah, that's what you do. You replace the first row with ficuses.
I mean, they did that at Georgia with the football field. Why can't we do it?
There you go. Yeah, there you go. They're pioneers. we replace the glass with shrubs.
Oh, good Lord.
You just occasionally see a player like fly through the plants.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
I like this. Dude, we've solved so many problems today.
Good Lord.
We're gonna look back on this podcast and know that it changed the world.
All right, but what NHL team do you think would put a rose bush up around the side?
Oh man.
NHL with the rose bush. Devils. 100% Devils.
I was thinking Vegas, but I just hate Vegas, so it seems like something they would
do. No, Vegas would put a line of showgirls in front of it.
Oh, dude. Ow. Ow.
He just sent somebody flying into a pole.
Oh, shit.
Put stripper poles around the whole thing.
So you're just going to make metal boards is what you're saying. You're just going to fucking ruin someone's day. No one can see it. No one can actually watch the game, and every game, one player dies from being slammed into a metal pole.
I mean, the sound of hits would be so much more satisfying on the boards when you just hear ding whenever they hit the heads
it'd be so stressful because every time I hear that ping, I think the puck going off the post. So I won't be able to see the game, and I'll just think that pucks are going off the post nonstop because you'll just hear the ping every time it hits the back glass.
I mean, imagine what it's going to be like for the showgirls when someone Craig Smiths it and shoots it wide. Oh,
God. I hope there's a lot of dentists on standby because they're going to hit in the face nonstop.
Like the showgirls are going to need to be in like pretty much goalie attire. So
I think we took it too far. I think we had the solution with the shrub, and we flew too close to the sun.
I mean, but that's an interesting thing though. Like, what would every team that is in the hockey like? What would teams do specifically for their cities? Like,
how did we
for Nashville?
I don't know.
Because we can. I don't know.
How did we end up at we're going to replace the wall with showgirls?
I don't know.
We got here so fast.
It's extreme, man. It's Sunday Garbo, man.
Oh
like,
man, it's now Sunday afternoon, Garbo, but that's
Sunday
fine.
afternoon. Fuck, it is. Okay.
You already know both Florida teams are going to do palm trees too.
Yeah. No, I want the Lightning to do a electrified fence.
Oh my God, yeah.
Man.
They like make each player wear a shot collar whenever they fly past the board.
I feel like we're pitching like arena designs to the staff at like NHL Hits in like 1998.
Dude, that game though.
Like I feel like I would see that in NHL Hits or NHL Rockin' the Rink.
We're making the Thunderdome version of the NHL, where every arena basically can kill whoever's in it.
Oh God, it's like the Hunger Games.
Basically,
this has gone too far.
I
was trying to solve global warming, and you took it to a dark place.
Well, it's one of those things. You solve global warming, and then
everyone dies.
And then we go straight to the Hunger
we electrify the boards, and they die.
But every time
they
it
get
happens,
there, 0 admissions, and then get shocked to death.
But every time they get shocked, it starts at a little engine that starts like collecting carbon, and then bam, no CO2 emissions.
So we just made the players become like a martyr for a better ecosystem.
Basically,
I don't like that. I want out.
Okay, then let's shift over to the MLS's back tournament.
Yeah, let's go over this real quick, and then we'll end the podcast, and we'll talk more about MLS once the thing actually starts. Dude, I'm gonna have to sit down after this podcast and think about what I just did.
Think about our life.
Okay.
This might be.
Okay, shut up. Stop it, you. MLS is back. Nashville's playing in what? 10 days? Something
9?
like that? I don't know.
How many days?
I have watched the first 2 games, the one versus Atlanta, the one versus Portland, at least 50 times on rerun on YouTube TV, and I need more soccer. I need it in my
There was
life.
soccer yesterday.
I need more Nashville soccer. Other soccer's fine. I'll watch it. I'll put it on when I'm working on my other screen. Whatever. It's not a team I care about, so it's like I'm not actively in it. I'm like looking over like, "Oh, they scored. Cool." And then going back to what I'm doing. Like I'm not emotionally invested in it.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm waiting for it. I'm also waiting to see if Extra Time will ever think that Nashville's a real team.
Yeah, didn't they spell Nashville on their show without an H for like three straight episodes or something?
Nosville. We're Nosville.
We're little Nosexville. It's all okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I keep ruining. Okay. I'm sorry.
It's funny. It's just funny listening to Matt Doyle and all them go, "Oh yeah, by the way, Chicago starts with a great schedule. They get Nashville, Miami. Sorry, Nashville, but we don't know who you really are still." I'm like, so then why are you assuming we're going to be fucking garbage every 5 seconds?
We don't know who Miami is either.
Yeah, and I don't know how Miami keeps getting better odds than us at everything, because I'm guessing because it's Pizarro. That's the reason why they're getting more.
It's because they're jerking off to him.
Because it's like, oh, he's such a great offensive striker. Nashville has their best strikers, their defensemen.
We didn't get a major offensive name from North America, is what happened. They got a major Mexican player, and our best players from Germany. He was playing in Denmark?
And that's
no.
Yeah, he was playing Danish. Yeah,
Danish league, Denmark.
But,
so that's our main player, and then we have Dax McCarty, but he's he's not like a huge attacking force. He's up the spine, controls the middle of the field. He will get his shots, he will get his goals, but he's not like Pizarro where you're gonna freak out every time he touches the ball.
Yeah, I mean he's not. You don't want your defensive midfielder to be your main goal scorer.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for us, we have our freaking center defenseman as our main goal scorer, right?
Every time I watch that Portland game, I get angry because we should have scored so many times. We should have won that game like 3-1. Like I'll give them the goal because Villari, that was a beautiful strike. Fucking
Eric Miller.
Eric Miller, thank you. Both of our goals that we've given up, or all of our goals, sorry, that we've given up, have come off of him just not paying attention.
Like, oh, I'm gonna stand here. Oh crap, he's over here.
All
oh,
he
shit.
had to do on the Villari goal was take like
back.
4 steps forward. Like he was back and just not like the ball was not directly in front of him and he wasn't paying attention. He's like, yeah, he's just standing close to the goal, leaving Villari on side. Take 4 steps forward. Villari, whatever. It doesn't count if you take 4 steps forward. But he just kind of watched it happen. And then same thing with the first Atlanta goal. He was so far out of position that no one could recover, and they just had a wide open shot on goal. And I don't hate. He's probably very good. People make mistakes. Team's still gelling. I'm just angry.
Yeah, no, I wanted him out. I wanted Madronda in there. I do want Rios to get some action at forward because I think he might be better than what we think he is.
And we don't know yet.
So. Yeah, which we don't know how he is. But Ani Mukhtar did not really impress a lot of people. He impressed me for the most part.
He didn't impress a lot of people because he didn't score, but he got an assist on the Zimmerman goal, right?
Yeah, he's the one who sent the free kick in there. Yeah,
and every time he touches the ball, you can tell he's the best player on the field.
Literally
every time he touches the ball, it looks different. It's just he needs to find somebody on the wing that he can gel with. If he can gel with Leal,
it's not Eric Miller.
no, he's fucking back on defense. Fuck him. If he can gel with Leal, or if he can, what I want to see is him start to gel with Alan Wynn when he comes in to be the pace guy in the second half.
Lord.
It'd be over. It would be goal central because I'm still calling if we would have had a full season or if we end up having something close to a half season, 2/3 season, whatever, I'm still calling that he will be one of the assist leaders if he can start gelling with somebody. If we can find somebody to start putting goals into the back of the net, he will be one of the assist leaders in this league because every time he touches the ball, he makes the correct move, the correct pass. It's never fucking finished, ever.
Right. And it's just we don't have anybody that can right now. That's all it is.
It's not even that it can. It's just they're still gelling. Like, Leal can shred people. There's times where he was shredding people during the Portland game. It's just the shots weren't on target.
Off the post against
He's
Atlanta
a post boy. It's Post Malone. His favorite artist, Post Malone.
That was so much. I
His
hate you so much right now.
Actually
I absolutely
Malone.
hate you. I hate you so much right now.
Did you see Post Malone's new tattoo?
Is it Randall Leal? No.
What? I don't know.
Okay. What's Post Malone's new tattoo? Is it on his face?
No, well, not his face, but he had to shave his head because it's on the side of his head.
Oh no, that's where you put things you don't want people to see.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah. I want to say it was like a skull.
Oh. Man.
Got a skull on a skull. Can't remember exactly. Though.
Double skull.
It's
Dude,
cool.
the ugliest tattoo I've seen in my entire life. I was at Nashville Shores like 4 years ago. This dude had get that away from me. This dude had a back tattoo going down the middle of his back that looked like you had peeled open his back and could see his spine. Fucking disgusting. The grossest tattoo I've ever seen.
Those are really awkward kind of looking ones. I like the ones that everyone gets that like they have some sort of animal coming out of them. Like you have the claw going through the skin and then coming out like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are fucking dope if they're done right. They look stupid as hell when they don't get actually like imaged right.
Should I get the mustard jersey cracked out predator head?
Absolutely.
On my chest, 1-to-1 scale.
Put it on your forehead. Just the eyes of the tiger.
Yes, I like it.
That freaking logo though.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's cut this off here. We'll get into soccer more once the tournament gets closer. Talked about maybe doing some like watch along podcast. So like we'll watch it while we're podding and react live, so people can jump in the chat and talk with us during the game. I'm sure it'll be off by a few seconds. Obviously, we can't show the game on stream or any of the audio, so you'll just have to follow along on your TV.
We'll just describe it in great detail.
Yeah.
This is your chance to get that commentary down, Brian.
Dude, it takes practice, and I'm out of it. Okay, House Cats. Let's plug your shit, plug your page, and we will call it a day.
At NSH House Cats.
That's it.
Twitter.
There you go.
Twitter. Boom.
He posts lots of delicious Garbo content. If you like shit posty memes, if you like houses or cats, and if you agree with any of our climate change reform that we have presented here today,
especially the dance girls on poles.
Yeah.
I am very big about just putting ferns wherever.
It's everywhere. I don't think there should be a spot of like dirt in this country that isn't fern.
Yeah.
I think everything should be fern. If you see dirt, fern.
Rip up the farms. We're going to put ferns.
Yes. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back next Sunday for this show, and I'll be streaming periodically and some other shit. So.
And we might find other friends eventually too
if we have them. So. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace.
Love you.